Babadoa Chi Cho, Duel Commander Go Go Go, Duel Commander on the way, Babadoa Chi. Like and subscribe, please. Hello, Babadoa Chi Cho.
Welcome to another episode of Duelcast MTG. Today, I am playing what will likely always be my favorite deck. This is Choco, Seeker of Paradise. This is the first deck I ever top aided with at last year's MagicCon Vegas. Choco is Bant and 1 for a legendary 3/5 bird. Whenever one or more birds you control attack, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may put one of them into your hand and then put any amount of lands from among them onto the battlefield tapped and the rest into your graveyard. He has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, Choco gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I did an entire deck tech on this deck after Vegas that you can find on the Manifest Dread channel. I will link it in the description. So when I put up my first result with this deck, it had Nadu, but it has a special place in my heart, and I'll never really stop trying to make it work. So Choco wants birds, obviously, for the card advantage. I'm not playing the maximum amount of birds. We have Mutavault because lands are important, and it's a bird. Birds of Paradise is our only mana dork because it's a bird, and there's something very fun about attacking with a Birds of Paradise and drawing a card. Then we just have a bunch of the really good ones. Mockingbird, Saz Chocobo for that land synergy, Ambrosia Whiteheart as a mini Choco with Flash that can save a permanent, Ledger Shredder, Wan Shitong. This is the best bird printed in quite a while, and one I haven't actually gotten to test in this deck. Very excited for that. Interrupter, Mind Sensor, Mutable Explorer is probably not that good of a card, but it is a bird that makes a land that is also a bird. Very excited for this one. Nimble Obstructionist for a Stifle Bird, and Traveling Chocobo to double up our bird and land triggers. A lot of these birds have flash. Obstructionist, Mind Sensor, White Heart, Interrupter, Wanshi. So we get to kind of play a bit of a tempo counterspell game. The next thing we want from Choco is just pure value. We are a Life from the Loam deck, and because of that, we've got Savine's Reclamation and Cosmic Rebirth. Cosmic Rebirth is a card I've always loved and kind of a weirdo. In case you don't know it, it is 1 green and white. Choose target permanent card in your graveyard. If it has mana value 3 or less, you may put it onto the battlefield. If you don't, return it to your hand. You gain 3 life. So this can grab any permanent out of your graveyard to put it into your hand. It puts fetch lands back into play for more landfall triggers, and it gains you life. Card suite. Intuition to Entomb Loam, or get to pick a permanent with mana value 3 or less to put onto the battlefield, and then Savine's has flashback, so dredging it with Loam is great. 6 is amazing with Life from the Loam. Return a land to your hand, discard it, and you have access to every permanent in your graveyard. Oko Lorwyn Liege. This is the other new card I was really excited for from Lorwyn. It is a flip planeswalker, 2 and a blue. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay green and flip him, or +2 up to 1 target creature gains all creature types. Make any creature a bird. And for +1, target creature gets -2/-0 until your next turn. Prevent a little bit of damage. The flip side is the side we care about. For -1, mill 3 cards. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. So this is kind of like a smaller Malevolent Rumble every turn. Works really well with our graveyard synergies. And then for -3, create 2 3/3 green elk creature tokens. Then you can flip him back for a blue and make the elks into birds. I don't know, again, how good this card is, but I'm looking forward to playing with it. Is -6, makes all your birds huge. That's not really what we're using him for. Ice Till Explorer, also amazing with landfall, and the graveyard. You get to play an extra land, you get to fill your graveyard. Fantastic. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. I'm shoving it into every white deck. It doubles our landfall triggers. Hard to kill. Great card. This is the reason we're not playing max birds, is the landfall is really our main win condition. So to pump up our stuff, we've got Bristly Bill, Scythecat Cub, Springheart Nantuko to clone useful creatures or just make 1/1s. Earthbender Ascension is another card I'm excited to play with. For 2 and a green, it's an enchantment that puts a basic onto the battlefield tapped and earthbends one of your lands into a 2/2. Mossborn Hydra, this feels like just a combo with Icetill Explorer, becomes a huge trampler very, very quickly. If the Mossborn Hydra sticks around, you likely win the game. And then our biggest weirdo card is Ameria Angel, 3/3 flyer for 2 and 2 white. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying. Lands and birds. Lands and birds. Sing it with me. Lands and birds. Great. Then we have a bunch of things so that you can't touch our birds. I put Git Probe in this section just because I didn't really know where to put it. But I have come to the conclusion that if you are playing blue in Duel Commander, there should be a Gitaxian Probe in your list. We get to see what they're up to. It's free and it replaces itself. Legolas's Quick Reflexes, Mother of Runes, Sylvan Safekeeper is also great with Loam. Sack the land, bring it back. Great with Icetill Explorer. I love a Sylvan Safekeeper, so whatever. Pippin as our other Mother of Runes effect. 2/2 Vigilance, Ward 1, blue and a white, and taps to give another target creature you control protection from the card type of your choice until end of turn. The reason I read this one is I don't see Pippin in any other format. Voice of Victory, so they can't play on our turn. Teferi for the same reason, also bounces to remove. Teferi's obviously broken, so we're playing it. And Reverent Mantra, I've talked about this card a lot. Because of our Flash Birds, we get to play quite a few counterspells. All the good 1-mana ones, Force Spike, Mana Tithe, Misstep, Spell Pierce, Spell Snare, and Stern Scolding, along with Wash Away, which in an emergency is your cancel. Most of the just good 2-mana counterspells for the format, but we get to play Dazzling Denial. It is a miscalculation that doesn't cycle, but if you have a bird, they have to pay 4 if their spell's canceled. It's a counterspell that says bird. Of course I'm playing it. Force of Negation, it's free. Daze, Sink into Stupor for our instant speed MDFC, and Subtlety for a free counter for planeswalkers or creatures. We also get to play a good amount of removal, less than I generally like, but because Loam is so good with the channel lands, Boseiju, Aganjo, and Otawara, sometimes they just don't have a safe attack or block. You get to blow up a non-basic land, enchantment, or artifact, or just bounce something. Path to Exile doesn't necessarily feel great in this format, but it can weirdly get you over the line in this deck. Sometimes you just need one more land and don't care about your Birds of Paradise or Voice of Victory anymore, something like that, and you can hit your own creature in an emergency to finish out the game. Swords to Plowshares, Endurance for Graveyard Hate, Oko Thief of Crowns, Parallax Wave, Witch Enchanter as our creature MDFC, and Solitude. Very light Saga package in this deck, but I wanted to play Saga because earthbending it with the Ascension is great, and it's great to dredge up with Loam or Icetill, so I wanted an Urza Saga as a win condition. We are only playing Lava Spur Boots and Shadow Spear for it. Getting an immediate Choco attack to draw your card and giving it ward is really useful. Shadow Spear, because Choco has a 5-butt and gets pumped very easily in this deck. So Shadow Spear plus Choco was how I won most of my matches in Vegas, because they had to deal with Nadu, and then you get to put a Shadow Spear on your huge bird and just take over the game that way. We're very Tutor Light, which I don't think is maybe the best choice for a deck like this that needs some consistency for its value engines, but this is what we're going with. We've got an Enlightened Tutor and an Eladamri's Call. 33 other lands, so including MDFCs, we are playing 40 lands, which you could play more because Choco finds them off the top to make himself bigger, but this is what I'm going with today. Gemstone Caverns and a Tranquil Landscape that I've always been interested in, these MH3 fetch a tapped basic with cycling. I wanted another fetch land, and because this always taps for colorless, I went with this over Fabled Passage. We're only playing 3 basics. I'm curious to see if this card plays out well. So this is Choco, Seeker of Paradise, Wonky Land Birds, Life from the Loam. I love this deck. I think a 2/3 would be very good today, but with all that said, let's go Duel.
Let's duel.
Oh. Round number 1. We are on the play against Terra Magical Adept, 5-color Reanimator, with a hand missing a white source, but we get to Tail's End, Days, and try Oko out. I'm going to keep this, mostly to try Oko out. I don't have a creature yet, so yeah, I'll pay the 2 life to invest in the boots. I was thinking, why pay the 2 life, but it's because Lava Spur Boots is good. Is the answer. They go Misty Rainforest, crack it immediately. They get a Bayou. Am I getting Thoughtseize? No, it's a Wild Growth. Okay, I can live with that. I think we're going just Mutavault pass. There is a stop in my upkeep. It was for naught. Now let's go Command Tower instead of Mutavault and Sego. So we'll Tail's End, and then we'll hopefully cast the Lorwyn Liege. Classic Oko art, just putting it out there. The sicko. I think I kind of need to counter this, and I'm just going to hard cast a Daze here. Oh wait, no, they have a green floating. I cannot do that. Look at me catching a mistake before instantly making it. That just turns off too much of our interaction. I'm not interested in it. Spell Pierce. So is it better to just hold up, sink into Stupor? I'd really love to just draw a threat, but I could just gas up the Mutavault and get in there for 3. All right, Oko stinks. If there are no creatures on the board, it's just, what is it doing right away? I'm still going to cast it. We make no creature into a bird. Miss your land drop, rip Terra. That's what I want to see here. Ah. Land drop. They pay the life, playing around this Daze, doing it beautifully. Not playing around Daze. Sneak attack. You sicko, I love you. But I'm sorry, I'm not dealing with that card. Sneak attack. I forgot, the Terra lists are mostly playing sneak attack now, which is so tight. Force Spike is probably fine. How does this work on Moto? Okay, let's flip Oko. Play our land, paying another 2 life. Let's make some Elks. Let's boot them up. Oh, baby. Go to combat? What? And we have Force Spike and Spell Pierce up? All right. Look at the Lorwyn Liege just making some creatures. Tight. I take back what I said about Oko stinking. Oko's the best. The artwork on these is so Oko. Love it. Here's Terra. I can't do anything about it, so I won't. What did you mill over? Bunch of stuff. Oh, a bunch of reanimate targets. They can just pick up Fable here. Yeah, so they pick up Fable, hit their land drop, don't pay life. We can Spell Pierce a Fable. I'm going to Force Spike this Thoughtseize. I just don't want them taking my 4th land. Okay, how do we do this? How do I want to do this? So we can flip him, give Terra -2/-0, and then attack for a bunch. Or we can just mill cards. I would rather do that. Let's -1, get some card advantage. Oko's the best card ever printed. This is more busted than the original. Okay, so I can't take the Enlightened Tutor, but I can take the Polluted Delta. Take this Polluted Delta. So now if I cast Cub, I take myself off of... I think this is still fine. Let's go green 1, cast a Cub, Polluted Delta. How much damage do we have? We have a lot of damage. I think I make him a 4/4, attack with my Elks. Well, I'm not going to make him a 4/4 right away. Yes, I am. I lied. Put a Tundra into play. You have to, the second time this ability resolves, you have to target something with a counter or nothing happens. I don't want to attack with him yet. So, because I don't want to trade the Cub for Terra, knowing that I can put him out of range for that. So we're going to attack for 7 here. They block the bigger one. Those trade. They go to 8. And now we're going to put boots on the Cub to give it Ward 1. Who needs Oko Thief of Crowns? Ban Oko Shadowmoor Scion. Ban Oko Lorwyn Liege. Card's broken. Worldly Tutor. Probably gets Metamorphosis Fanatic. So we'll Spell Pierce it, because then they can't Miracle it out. If they pay, they can't Miracle the Fanatic. Oh, yes, they can. Shoot. What are you bringing back? I keep missing this frickin' Wild Growth mana. And they can bring back the Ashen Rider. Crud. Well, we can sink into Stupor it. This has Ward 1, so if they bring back the Ashen Rider, they can't get the Cub. They get back the Magister of Worth. Is that worse for us? Probably? Tricky. They are getting back the Magister. Opponent enters, starting with you. Each player votes for Grace or Condemnation. If Grace gets more votes, each player returns each creature card from their graveyard to the battlefield. if Condemnation gets more votes or the vote is tied, destroy all creatures other than this guy. And they voted for Condemnation, so I guess that's what we vote for too, out of necessity. I guess they always vote Condemnation. Stern Scolding is not great here. This thing flies too, that's annoying. 4/4. I do not want to use this blue mana for this. What I want to do is first we'll delete Oko and just draw another card. Oko has done great. We love Oko, right? Oh, Endurance. I don't have a green card for it. I think that's fine. These can go in any order. We'll pick up Endurance because that seems really good here. And I could just blow out their graveyard and make Endurance a 4/4. Hold up Stern Scolding. I could cast Choco, gas him up, see if we get a green card. That seems much riskier than it needs to be. I don't have enough mana to sink into Stupor plus Endurance. Mutavault can't beat this in combat. Decision. They have 3 cards. I really want to Stern Scolding Terra. This gains them 4 life. I think we just say go. We're at 15. I'm actually going to play this land tapped and pass. We have Stern Scolding plus Endurance. They go to combat, we take 4, they gain 4. So they're at 12, we're at 11. 12 is more than 11. We're losing the game. This is probably just Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it? That Spell Pierce was pretty bad. I always forget about the Wild Growth mana. I do want to flash an Endurance here. What am I looking to draw? Is a good question. 'Tis a good question. That it. And hit a land off the top. We don't have any landfall stuff is the annoying part, but I think I cast this creature, even an Interrupter. We can play that off the top, but we don't have the land to do it, which actually kind of brutal. I guess we just gas up Endurance here and say go. I will trade with their Magister. Them just having a 4/4 flying lifelink in play is so annoying. Now they get to Fable and get some card selection. Fable's so good. This Magister, the Worldly Tutor for Fnatic was an absolute crusher. World Gorger Dragon. They have the Reanimate for that? Rumble. They might. How do they win with World Gorger? Just mill their whole library? But then, what's the win once they do that? Unburial Rites into the graveyard. That is worth noting. And they have the mana to do it, but I don't think they just want to put World Gorger into play. The Squelcher, that's rough. Rough! And a frog that I can't counter. Ugh, frog. We're in trouble. We're in big trouble. Yeah, they don't bother attacking because why would they? How do I ever win this game? I just don't think I do. So if I cast Wanshi off the top here, this Stern Scolding is useless. I'm going to cast Wanshi off the top to get it off the top and have a flying blocker. Oh, it triggers twice. That's kind of sick. That's not good. Oh, we're dead. And I tapped out a white. All right. I concede. I could have drawn a bunch of cards there, but I don't think it matters. I think we're just so dead. Often when I know I'm dead, I'm just clicking buttons, not really making decisions, and that is not a good way to play Magic. Elishnorn, Mother of Machines. I'll keep basically any hand based on that card. I had a Badger Mole Cub in the list, but when I cut all the mana dorks, I cut that also. It just made it feel so much worse. I think maybe this list is just awful, and I should redo the whole thing. All right, opponent mulled to 6. Do I just want Urza Saga? Probably not yet. I do like Urza Saga. Card's quite good. They fetch. I think I'm getting thought seized. No, it's a Deathrite. Probably worse for us, honestly. We need our graveyard. Sometimes. It didn't fetch. I'm a fool. Okay, but I would have kept that card on top. Not punished. Get our Savannah. We're going to have to go to 18 here, but whatever. Here's a Ledger Shredder. I don't have any tutorable removal with Enlightened Tutor. Maybe this card's just actually not that good in this deck. I think that's incredibly possible. They are static prisoning my Ledger Shredder. I feel like I kind of spoke that into existence with the no removal with the Enlightened Tutor. Faithless Looting. Oh no. We cooked? No, we can Eladamri's Call for Endurance. It'll cost us our Ice Till, but that has to be okay in that situation. Eferino Papino. Not yet. I need to not get comboed out. Need to not die here. Static Prison ticks down. I want my Ledger Shredder back. Give me. Then the question is, are they just going to jam their combo? Oh, you scuzz. All right, well, I'm going to do all of this stuff now. And then they get to take one of our 3 good cards, probably to Fairy. It's just castable. And we'll dump the Ice Till and say goodbye to their graveyard. Now you can have one of my other broken cards. Yeah, they took Teferi. I think that makes sense. They fetch off a windswept heath or a bayou. Down on the bayou. Something, something, something. Wild growth. Again with this card. Something good. Land is actually kind of fine. I'm going to rip Choco into play. Keep taking all this damage from our stupid lands. Golly gosh. It's funny because my lists play like all of the pain lands, but I really hate City of Brass and Mana Confluence because these at least give you the option. I think that option's important. I would love to go land Elishnorn. That'd be sick. Here's Terra. She's terrible. Okay, they can pick up the Seam Rip, which doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter right now. It'll matter when the Ledger Shredder comes back. They did tap out of kicking our graveyard away. Land. Hey. All right, so now Seam Rip doesn't do anything. They might have... Stop saying cards. They might have like Bitter Triumph or Bone Shards or something, which would stink, but is what it is. And I think if they want to double block here to trade with Choco, I'm just fine with that. Yeah, I am just fine with that. Oh, we got a Saga. Let's go. Put one into your hand. I don't want to do that. I do want to put it onto the battlefield. And double trigger Choco. And this is 6. I think a double block is not a bad play here. They don't, though. They go to 10. If Terra attacks, I'm just going to take the 4 because I don't want to lose Elishnorn to a Lightning Bolt. Give me my Ledger Shredder, please. Thank you. Oh, I'm a little sniffly. Hey, Elishnorn. Okay, game 3. I think that game was brought to you by Endurance, which we have in hand. I'm keeping. Literally the best card in our entire deck for them. So light on Graveyard Hate. And I'm going to just hold the Chocobo in hand unless I find another green card. I don't think it makes any good sense to, beef this guy up when it's how we literally just don't die. They fetch their marsh flats. What are you getting? What are you fetching? What are you getting in your 5-color deck? I think it's going to be Bayou. Ah, Shadowy Backstreet. Of course it's a Surveil. What a goose I am.
Honk, honk, goose alert. Silly, silly goose alert. Honk, honk.
Command Tower. The good land. Some Thoughtseize me. Bitter Reunion. Cool. Fine. Oh my god, they have Jin-Gataxias in graveyard. I didn't even notice. What a sicko. And Ashen Rider now? Thank gosh we got this Endurance. And I don't feel bad, because we had to tutor it last game. It's not like I just... it's still pretty good. I need a green source. I think I want Lush Portico here. Yeah, seems good. And I will put the Hedge Maze on top, but I don't think I do it. So I can get Ambrosia into play. Yeah, not going to do it. And then next turn, I need to remember to play Starting Town so it's not a tapped land. Next turn, this guy again, sure. And they make him a 3-2 instead of hasting him up. Seems pretty reasonable. Let's flash in this bird. Bird. I don't want to pick anything up. And now I think we just keep up Hardcast Endurance. Although, no, pitch casting is fine. And Teferi here, I'm going to plus, means that they can't disrupt Endurance. And I'll just pass the turn now. I want to protect this Teferi as much as possible. Misty Rainforest. Do you have Ascend here? I'm tapped out. The time for it. Bitter Triumph on Teferi. Spoke that one into existence. Didn't even get my card draw. But that's fine. I guess it means they're not using Bitter Triumph on our other engines. Animate Dead. Exhume. Prismatic. Jerk. It's my bird. All right, they're down to 2 cards in hand. And they don't attack. Why? Why didn't you want to attack? Tell me. Tell me your secrets. Play a Hallowed Fountain. But yes. Cast our 3/5 beater boy. Bird. 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 Bird that brings us cards. Choco could have been a stork. And instead of delivering babies, he delivers cards. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Card delivery, population, bird. Look, I don't know why I'm this way either, but we're having fun. All right, what are they pitching to this careful study? City of Brass and Hunting Grounds. Scary. Fable. Sure. Am I just gassing up Choco here with the cub? Because I'll have Hardcast Endurance. Doesn't seem unreasonable. I also don't really want them to get treasures, though. And this does something else. What does this do? Sacrifice this enchantment. Creatures you control gain haste. So that can be a lot of damage. Do I care about these boots? I mean, they are made for walk-in. No, let's survey. This way we can set up the top of our library for the Choco draw, because I am attacking. Yes, I will take that card. It's like one of our best win conditions. They can trade both of their things for Choco here, but they have been playing very conservatively. I don't think that's going to happen. And if it does, it does. Our interaction spell is still just a free spell. Let's take this Shadow Spear. Do you want to double block? I don't think it's unreasonable. They do not. All right, we're going to gas up a bird. We've got a gassy bird, baby. Give him Ward 1. They only have one card in hand, but they can mill with Terra to pick up a Reanimate or something or other. Fable, pitching Mana Confluence, and Sneak Attack. Don't mind seeing Sneak Attack go. Do hate that they just get to fix their hand like this. Faithless Looting. Yeah, their graveyard is absolutely stocked, so I think hunting for a Reanimate spell makes good sense. They can hit me for 5 and make a treasure, but we've got a giant life gain bird coming. They're hellbent. So I think that means cast Terra, try to hit your Animate dead, and I might just end step this Endurance. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Am I just taking 1,000,000 damage? I'm at 17. I was just thinking they give everything haste, and this is 4, 6, 9 damage, but big ol' lifelink bird. I should hit their graveyard now so they can't flash back the loot. They picked something up. Oh no, they didn't. They didn't pick any. I think they have to at least attack. Yeah, no response. I think we're just casting Shadow Spear, or equipping Shadow Spear and attacking here. Ice Till. Now I can go Scythe Cat. And I just don't really care about hard casting Endurance anymore. Pitch Cast seems just as good. This is so much damage. I don't want to put that in my hand. I do want to put Meticulous Archive onto the battlefield. Scythe Cat trigger, put that counter on Choco. Choco trigger, Surveil. Man, feels like they're bricking pretty hard on stuff. I will keep 6 on top. That is a good card. Would you like to block? Probably. You can recast Terra and hunt for another thing. So now they're Hellbent. Another Hellbent. I think now's the time to Endurance them. I think this is correct. Yeah, okay. Birds, baby! Birds. You've got a graveyard? We've got birds. Birds, 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 birds. Everybody! I wish I could take that back, but I can't.
Hey, some of you may know that I'm an author. This is my first novel that came out in 2018 from Lanternfish Press out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, The Vampire Gideon Suicide Hotline and Halfway House for Orphan Girls. This is a dark comedy about mental health in which a vampire runs a suicide hotline. People call and say how hard life is. His response is that being dead isn't really great. This book comes with heavy trigger warnings. Please find them online. But if you're liking the content, you may like it. There's a link in the description. Thanks so much.
Okay, round 2 on the play again, where we like to be. I'll keep this hand. Well, let me see who we're playing. Playing Basim. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Removing Basim is really important. We got a big old threat and a tutor. I like this. What are the odds they're like a stifly deck and I should just fetch a Hedge Maze now? I'll lead on Tundra and see if we just naturally draw a green source, because I'd like this fetch land for Bristly Bill. He's Bristly. He's Bill. He'll unalive you, he will. He's Bristly. He's a cactus. There ain't no need to practice. The song I wrote, it's called Bristly Bill. Is it a good song? No. Can you judge me? Sure. Do I care? A little bit. They're surveilling off an under city sewers. They fetched a Bloodstained Mire they fetched off a Bloodstained Mire. Got caught up in my songs and stopped paying attention. We'll sword you. We'll plow you. We'll altogether row you. Rona Veldrain. That seems like an interesting card for this deck. Now I think we just get Tropical Island and Playbill. If they remove him, they remove him. There's an argument there for certain to hold the fetch land, play the plains, see if we rip a green source again, and then can hold up reflexes. Oh well, maybe I should have done that. I'll play this Tranquil Landscape. If I don't have to use my mana, I just get a tapped land and Eladamri's Call. Question is, what do we Eladamri's Call for? Is this enters or cast? This is a cast trigger. I'm always thinking Elishnorn these days. Emry. Oh, well that has to die. And I'm just gonna plow it with the trigger on the stack. Can't really let an Emry in against an artifact stack. Tribute Mage is interesting. 3 mana artifact. Do you want maybe like Tanglewire? Also, if you don't know Basim, it's really cool. Dimir for a 2/2, whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card, and he can't be blocked. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, he gets a +1/+1 counter. So it's a really nice card advantage engine, plus beater, win condition, die. Oh, the plains is in my hand. That's why it's not here. I think we get forest. Mother of Runes seems really good. And we can give Bill protection from blue to knock off the sink into stupor. We can protect our mom with the reflexes. And we can Eladamri's call for a subtlety. That might be too aggressive, but Basim is really good. Like, Basim is really good. All right, so what are we doing this turn? We're starting by giving Bill Pro Blue. Playing Sink into Stupor untapped. My dog is honking at me. Go to combat. Attack you for 3. Why is nothing happening? They didn't use any mana. And then do nothing and pass? I'll Mockingbird the Mother. Maybe they just have a grip full of counterspells, which I will just let resolve. Mockingbird has been on the stack for a while. Okay, something's happening. A replicated lose focus. Or a big replicated lose focus. Yeah, fine. I didn't have the mana to, like, Eladamri's call for an Aven Interrupter anyway. I think this is just all just fine. Spell the Profane on Bill. So we reflex his mother, so she gets hexproof. Then we go Pro Black on Bill. She doesn't deal damage to anything. Pro Black on Bill. It looks like that eats up their whole turn. I want to use this Eladamri's call, but I don't know what for. Probably just Ice-Tail Explorer, actually. I think is so much value. Yeah, I do want to do that. Because it just makes Bill huge. Okay, next turn. Oh, you don't say. Springheart Antuco is pretty sweet, just in general, as a card. Let's get our Flooded Strand, we'll mill. And I think we just keep gassing up Bill. Milled over Path to Exile. That's not the best one to mill. But I think I Nantuko onto the Ice-Till. Milled over a Mind Sensor. Also not the thing I really want to mill over, but whatever. And then we're Hellbent, so I'm just going to get a Plains. Yeah, I'm just going to make Bill huge. Or get my basic island. We can always yield to all of them. And lands. Milled over a Spell Pierce. Get our basic island. Comes in tapped, whatever. Gas up Bill some more. We are popping off, baby. Sadly, without birds. But Choco cares about lands, so it's fine. This is an attack for 7. They go to 10. And now the Ice-Tail triggers will start targeting insect tokens. Okay, that was cool. I am stoked on this hand. Mother, Ledger Shredder, 2 counterspells that hit their commander. And I think I just go Yavimaya Coast pass. No, we'll go Misty Rainforest pass. Ooh, I've got a barking dog. They are thought seizing me, and I am sad. But we've got, like, good redundancy everywhere, so it might just be Ledger Shredder here. I don't know, our hand is really good, so they do have decisions to make. Okay, they took the Mother of Runes. That is perfectly reasonable to do. I guess I could have played her out. I wanted to have the Spell Snare and Wash Away. If Basim comes down early and you don't have a removal spell, it can just get so out of hand. What do I want? I want a Meticulous Archive. I don't want a Gemstone Cavern. It's the 4th land, but it's just not a good land. Reverent Mantra, we no longer have a white card for you. Less sad. Put the Sylvan Safekeeper into play, say go. They have a something. Stern Scolding, sure. Couldn't counter that even if I wanted to. And they knew that because they seized my thoughts. They took my thoughts and they said, I'll pay 2 life for your thoughts. What a low, low price to take your thoughts, to seize them. Thoughts are seized. No. Tribute Mage. I can't do anything about that, so I won't. Yeah, so what do you get? Mana value 2. I thought the Tribute Mage was the 3 mana one for some reason. Mana value 2. I don't think it's Winter Moon. We have a Spell Snare for whatever this is, and they know about the Spell Snare. Curious. Very, very curious. Tithing Blade. Okay. I guess they probably have a counter for the Spell Snare. Intuition is really good. That gets us the Loam. Gets us to Fairy. Man, Intuition is so good. I'm going to pass the turn. Tithing Blade has some sort of, like, flip ability, doesn't it? Craft with creature, and you become a drainy thingy. Okay. Also, I don't remember how craft with works, and I'm just, like, not that interested in seeing. They can get in for 2 here. Rude. Understandable, but rude. Let's cast Intuition. They clearly have some interaction. I didn't look if Tithing Blade hits a Planeswalker. No, it's just creature. What is happening, Magic Online? Ah! What are you doing to me? Need this to be much bigger. That needs to go. My God, my computer's freaking out. So, okay. Can finally see what's happening. We want... Is it just Oko? I think it's Oko or Teferi. I don't think it's Loam. Because if you go, like, Loam Savine's other thing, they just always give you loam. I do need to hit land drops. What am I doing? Yeah, let's go Teferi, Savines, and Cosmic Rebirth. The Tithing Blade just takes care of any of our creatures. Do kind of need to draw a land so that I can spell snare something. That would be nice. They just gave us Teferi, which I'm trying to decide if that means they have interaction or if it means they don't. All the pain lands. All right, so we'll put Teferi on the stack, and it resolves. And I'll just plus and say go. I feel like just turning off all their instant speed interaction is good when I have 2 counterspells for their commander. There are a few cards that just don't care about this at all. That's not one of them, and I do have to spell snare that. I'm not beating a Psychic Frog. They can resolve Basim. It is a worse card than Psychic Frog. Yep, here he is. And then they draw a card thanks to Umezawa's Jite. Oh, might be cooked. I think they basically have to attack Teferi. Yeah. All right, Subtlety is whatever. Basim can't be blocked. It doesn't kill the Ledger Shredder, but it doesn't feel good. I think I just cast Choco. My life total is getting low just because of the mana base. I will say it's very rare that we draw all of these pain lands. Oh, wait, they have the Tithing Blade. Crud. I forgot about that Tithing Blade. All right, I'm just going to say go. Feeling, obviously, insanely behind. Any historic spell here means Basim is unblockable. They are equipping the Jite. That does not make him unblockable. Ooh, will Teferi live? Teferi will live, taking so much more damage, though. Wait, I can save a point of life if I don't tap like a dingus. Hardcast Subtlety. They don't have to use the Tithing Blade on it, because they can just kill it with Jite. But Basim does die here. They can recast it before Wash Away is online, unfortunately. But they're Disruptor Fluting, crud. So it's either Choco or Teferi, probably Teferi. They chose Choco. Okay. And they're equipping the Jite to the Mage. Land. Is land good? Land is probably fine because it lets us wash away the Tithing Blade. They only have 1 card in hand. I'm going to just keep taking damage from my stupid lands, though. I'm at 13, and I don't think they've actually hit us yet. All right, here's our Ledger Shredder. I can't really afford to block, and then they can buff this. I don't know what to do here. I think I'm just losing my whole board no matter what. So I would like for them to not have Basim in play. Are they dismembering? They are dismembering. Ledger Shredder triggers, at least. Does it cost 3 more for Disruptor Flute? Yes, it does. I think I'm pitching Reverent Mantra regardless. So now we lose to Teferi. We're still pretty far from Choco. We each have 1 card in hand. Their board is immensely better. How do I win this game? How do I reach these gates? Because I have to deal with the Jite, I have to deal with the Disruptor Flute, I have to keep Basim off the battlefield or they're going to bury me. That's pretty good. That card's pretty good. It's probably, honestly, not good enough. Oh, the Tithing Blade. Well, no, Tithing Blade's an enters, isn't it? Okay, so Tithing Blade doesn't answer Ellie. I did this poorly. I should have cast Elishnorn and then gotten a double surveil. I get so excited when Elishnorn's in my... that answers things. I will take that Witch Enchanter. That answers the Disruptor Flute and the Jite with Elishnorn in play, if Elishnorn gets to stay in play. I can't block the Tribute Mage with Elishnorn, because they give it +4/+4 and then kill it with the -1/-1 counters. Ooh, this game is a little tense for me. I want to win. They drew a land, so we know it's still just Tithing Blade in hand. We're drawing Witch Enchanter, and they don't have a counterspell, because they have Tithing Blade. So Witch Enchanter blows up Disruptor Flute. I've said this 15 times now. I'm just thinking out loud. We blow up Jite and Disruptor Flute. We can't cast Choco right away, but it does get us back in this game. Basic Island. Yeah, I just can't block here because Elishnorn doesn't necessarily win us the game, but the way we lose is her dying and just having an empty board versus a sim with a Jite. Magic the Gathering is fun when it's fun. They can bash me for a lot of damage here. They chose not to. They moved the Jite over to Basim. Makes sense to me. Need to stop taking so much damage from my lands. Cast the Witch Enchanter. Double trigger. Blow up the Jite. Blow up your flute. And they're going to kill the Witch Enchanter, which makes sense. It's fine. And then they're gaining life with the last 2 Jite counters. But at least it's dead for now. I have a strong feeling they can bring it back. We'll attack for 4. They don't block because why would they? They go to 15. So they can cast the Tithing Blade just to draw a card hit us for 2, and grow Basim. Oh, does this get the GT back? No. This is only creature or planeswalker. Oh, a Brazen Borrower. That stinks. What a good mill. Oh, that's a great hit. Although it's not a historic. But again, they can just cast this Tithing Blade. And Brazen Borrower flies. And we're at 9 thanks to our stupid lands. Psychic Frog. Well, I do hate Psychic Frog. Did they mill that? Oh, that's right. They already had Frog in their graveyard. So we know their hand is Tithing Blade. Reflexes is really funny here because it can't be removal because of Elish Norn's Vigilant. Blue, green, white, and 1 past Choco. 2, 4, 5, 6. So they still can't kill Elish Norn. My dog going inside to outside is really chewing up our clock. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I can still attack here, so I will. They are down to 11. They'll get to draw a card with Frog. They can't kill Elish Norn easily. I think she's still probably killable, but the reflexes is nice. They'll fly their Frog. I am going to try to kill that with Choco. Though I am surprised they didn't just cast the Tithing Blade to push some damage and draw a card. Like, cycling it seems fine. There it is. Now it's happening. Oh, and they can craft it. Now they can do the craft thing, right? Inquisition of Kozilek. Sad. Gonna have to take another damage. Just protect this Elish Norn. I really wanted that to be a removal spell. Alright, so what does Tithing Blade actually become? An artifact at the beginning of each upkeep, it drains. Shadow Spear here would be sick. Solitude's good. Solitude's very good. I'm just going to do this now and like exile their life. Hit your Frog, obviously. Hit Basim, obviously. Man, Elish Norn is cracked. Declare attackers. Attack with both. Choco trigger. I will just put that plains onto the battlefield and double trigger Choco. So now we have a lifelink creature. The biggest creatures on the board. They go to 5. So they can't Toxic Deluge. Mox Tantalite. Did that happen earlier and I wasn't paying attention? Probably. My dog is losing her mind. She loves the snow. She just always goes Coco Loco in the snow. It's a lot of mana. It's probably just Basim again. Yep, that's fine. Do I cast this Ameria Angel? I think so. No. I was just thinking, like, if Choco hits a bird or a land, then we get birds, but I think this is just fine to attack with everything. What? Declare attackers. Attack with all of my creatures. I will draw Tail's End. That seems... I mean, they have to block. Unless they're just done playing, they have to block. And you have to block one of these. It's the law. They block Elish Norn. And I think we just pass. We've got a counterspell and a follow-up if something happens to all our creatures. So I think we just Tail's End Basim here. They're tapped out. It seems smart to me. They have no mana. Birds! Best deck in Duel. Birds, 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 birds. This is my birds dance. Birds, 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 birds. If you don't think birds are real, I fundamentally agree with you. In real life, when it comes to Magic the Gathering, birds. This is my latest book. My therapist says this grief journal is a good idea. That was released in March of 2025 by Lanternfish Press. This is a dark comedy about family trauma that explores how important dogs are to the healing process. It is the literal grief journal of a man in his mid-20s whose father had tragically passed away, learning to grieve. It also comes with trigger warnings, but please consider checking it out. Link in the description below. Thanks. Round 3 on the play against Asmo. Oh, Asmo's good. But so is Reverent Mantra and No More Lies. And Scythecat Cub can go way bigger. I'm going to keep this. Hopefully they don't go turn 1 Asmo, but we can No More Lies the cookbook if they do. And that's really bad for the deck. I will take this Aganjo. Other than Monument to Endurance, they win by attacking. So Aganjo strikes me as pretty good. If you haven't seen it, I just played Asmo in a league on the channel, and the deck is really strong. All right, they're fetching, and they're just going basic Swamp Path. We like that. We like that a lot. Command Tower, say go. And the question for me is, do we counter Asmo, or do we just let them have a 3/3 and counter the cookbook? And I think the answer is the cookbook. Squelcher, well, that part's really good. Oh, brutal. Okay, put a big old fat cat into play. Mind Sensor, they do search for the cookbook, so they always search. Yeah, let's put a big old fat cat into play. I'll pitch the Mind Sensor. Well, I'll probably pitch No More Lies to Reverent Mantra. I don't know. I'm going to fetch now. If they have mana open, you don't want to fetch right away so you can beat a lightning bolt. Do I need mana open for any reason? Not really. I'd rather surveil. I think so. Yeah, I'd rather surveil. Oh, try to pyrokinesis me. I dare you. I will certainly take that card. That kills the Squelcher. At the cost of 2 life, but getting the Squelcher off the battlefield is really important. It's like really important. FOMO. Sure. So now they can discard the card, play a land, cast Asmo. A fetch land here would actually be pretty sick. They pitched Pyrogold. Were you searching for a land? The deck is landlight. Okay. That doesn't cast Asmo. Okay. Feeling pretty good. Oh, feeling really good, actually. Play this land, make our cat a little bigger, quick reflexes on him, go to combat, declare attackers, attack you for 1 billion, and by 1 billion I mean 5. Kill the Squelcher, I'll pay the ward, go to 17. Yeah, but this is 5 damage. And then do I even want to counter Asmo, or do I just want a Mind Sensor? I think I maybe just want a Mind Sensor. Get a bird into play, draw a card next turn. They have 6 cards in hand. I'll need to counter like an Unearth on that Squelcher if that becomes possible. I don't think they have any ways, at least the list I played didn't have any ways to make food other than the cookbook. So I think we let them get the cookbook and no more lies on that. I think is a better play. You can have your 3/3 because I have a 5/5 animate dead. Okay, so this is a use it or lose it moment for this no more lies. Squelcher, too good. Do you want to attack or do you want to block? You want to attack. I think that's reasonable. Mockingbird seems good to me. Mockingbird here. Play our land. Gas this cub up more. Man, Mockingbird, really good when you have a creature with good triggers. I'm going to attack them for 7 here. And we have Reverent Mantra or Mind Sensor. Can't decide. I might just Mind Sensor them if they cast Asmo. But I really don't want my cats removed. Arrowglyph's pretty good, huh? Oh, but they're just dead to Reverent Mantra. No, they're not, because I have to go pro black. So I need to find a land to kill them. I'm just gonna cast this Mind Sensor. Okay, there's land. So are they dead? This has 3 toughness. Yes, they are. And here one there. Go pro black. Go to combat. Player attackers and attack for lethal. Doesn't matter. GG. Birds. One land and a pretty high curve in this hand. I don't necessarily believe in the Ledger Shredder or the Voice of Victory. I'm going to mulligan. We're on the draw. We can do better. 2 colorless lands. That's brutal. I'm going to 5. I'm effectively going to 4 either way. I'll keep this and hope to just draw a land. We're going to put back Whiteheart. Oko. Done. Put the gemstones into play. Say okay. And then exile Force of Negation. So effectively a 4-card hand. We're opening with 3. They have 7. If you weren't aware, 7 cards is more than 3 cards. They just passed without a play. I guess they want to discard and animate something. I'll pass the turn. Just absolutely needed to draw a land. Oh, we're so cooked. If I'd drawn a land, I would have just put Pippin into play, but I'm not tapping out of the Stern Scolding for a Lava Spur Boots. We're so dead. But maybe they just clicked through their first turn, or maybe they kept no lands. I really don't know. Yay! We did it! Let's put Pippin into play. Just something in play is more important than the Stern Scolding. Just is. And he has Ward 1, so if they want to kill him, they have to take the turn off to do it. Inti. Do I want an Inti? I think I do. Interrupter. Not what we're looking for. We're looking for lands. But having an Inti here is pretty nice. Thank you, opponent, for giving me some card selection. I appreciate you. We're going to dump the Lava Spur Boots. Yeah, definitely dumping Boots here. Put a counter on our Pippin. Oh, we get to play Boseiju. That's nice. I would rather have that for the cookbook, but I will take the land. Would you like to block? You would not. Play you and say go. Them casting Inti was really nice. That's funny. I still don't like my chances at all on an effective mull to 4 and then missing a land drop. I don't know. They have 6 cards. We have 2. We can't cast one of them. One is probably not good after this turn. At least we can block Inti and give our Inti pro creature. That's not nothing. Pippin's really good. I don't think it's really good enough for other formats, but for this 99 singleton, it definitely is. Do I even want to block? I don't think so. They pitch a Putrid Imp. That's interesting to me. I think I just let this happen. I'll just take the 3. We've got a bigger crackback. And they just passed the turn. Ooh, subtlety. I'd rather it be a land. Something is happening. Unholy Heat. I can't Scald that, but I can save the creature with Pippin. My dog, my little dog. In case you were wondering, this right here, this is the menace to society who shows up on all my videos, barking her little head off, being a menace, but she's so cute. All right, we saved our Inti, and we will declare attackers. We will attack, because I need to find lands. We need to find lands. All right, let's discard. Is it just Stern Scolding? I think it's just Stern Scolding at this point. Yeah, we're just kind of racing. Loose Focus sucks here. All right, I really wanted to hit that land drop. That was maybe really bad. I don't know. Trying to deal with this barking dog. All right, she has gone to her spot on the couch. Maybe we can focus a little now. Beginning of combat, I'm going to Solitude this thing. Just cook it. Gotta do what you gotta do. This way they don't discard the card. We get their threat off the board. They go back to 14, but whatever. I really have no idea what they're up to. They have 4 cards in hand. They haven't done much. Spell Snare is a real stinker. They are cycling off a Forgotten Cave. Seems like, why aren't you casting your commander? Am I missing something? Discard the Spell Snare because it stinks. Put the counter on Pippin. This is just half their life total. No response. Go to blocks. Combat damage. Chocobo lets us try to find a land off the top too. This was a great thing to bottle with Inti. It is an Earthbender Ascension. That finds a land. And Earthbends our land. We'll have lethal next. Well, we already have lethal with just these. They had a cycler to get Asmo out last turn. And then they could have the 2 foods to kill Pippin. Fury's fine. It only kills 1 creature. And I can protect. I guess it kills Pippin. Yeah. Okay. Let's give the Chocobo protection from instants, I guess. Yeah, let's just give it protection from instants. They can't get to 2 foods this turn to Asmo it. Fable's like kind of whatever. There's a mountain and a gamble. That's probably Detective's Phoenix. It's just something they want to entomb. They don't have enough cards for Ox of Agonis. They might still just be dead. Because if there's a fetch land under this Earthbender Ascension, our bird Inti gets absolutely enormous. Okay, they got Croxa. There is a fetch land. Oh, but I need to cast the Ascension first. So we have to hope that after this search that there's a fetch land on top. Oh, I'm a fool. Okay. I could have played the landscape, Earthbent it. It's fine. I hope we don't die next turn, because that would have been the game-losing play, I think. What do we need? We need planes, I think. Mana Tithe on top doesn't do anything. I'm just going to attack with our Inti Bird. Yeah, I think I could have won the game this turn. Because what we would do is play the fetch land, bend the fetch land, crack the fetch land. No, it'd still be a couple damage short. I think they'd be at 2. 5 mana, 4 mana. Don't be what I think you are. Oh, it's just Croxa. Sure. We're at 12. Here's Asmo. But this flies. So this has to get to 4 counters. I'll take the 2 from Goblin. Yeah, if I'd Earthbent the fetch land thing, it would not have been lethal. All right, I'm going for it because pretty dead otherwise. Pass Choco. I'm going to discard the Mana Tithe. We need to stack. How do we need to stack this? I don't want to draw the No More Lies, but I also don't want to bottle it. I think we do it this way. Discard this Mana Tithe that does absolutely nothing. Put the counter on our flyer. We bottle the No More Lies. We get to put Lush Portico. Oh, we get to put both of these. Are they dead? They might be dead. Let's find out. Put one of them into your hand. No. Put them both on the battlefield. Okay. They're at 4. Yeah, they're dead. Tight. Oh, they were already dead. This thing flies. My god, too many things. Too many things. Where's my Surveil? Is this? Okay. Put the Brushland to the graveyard. Put the Flooded Strand to the graveyard. Subtlety on top. Who cares? Counters onto this. It's no longer pyrokinesisable. And that should be it. They can't crack a food. Hey, -6. That game was actually brought to you by birds. Not a Scythe Cat Cub. Not a Teferi. Not an Oko Thief of Crowns. Birds. Traveling Chocobo. Mockingbird. Birds. Birds. Round number 4. We're on the draw against Lumra. This cannot possibly be a good matchup. Mental Misstep's pretty good. Pippin's They don't have a ton of removal. I'm gonna mulligan this. Oh no. I'll keep this. It has counterspell. Even Mind Sensor's probably pretty good. I don't want to get rid of Savine's Reclamation. Is it just Pippin? I mean, Pippins are 2-drop, but I want to... Enlightened Tutor guarantees a 3rd land. Savine's Reclamation's just really good. I'm going to put back Savine's. It's fine in the deck because we can Intuition for it. Or, like, mill it over with Loam. We haven't really seen any life from the Loam game. Kind of disappointing. Scythecat Cub. Does that mean... No, I'm going to Surveil. I just want to hit my 3rd land drop. And I don't want it to be Urza Saga. Urza Saga disappears. All right, they are fetching off a Mystiran Forest. I'd also like to keep this Sink in the Stupor, honestly. I don't know when I started saying honestly, because it's always driven me a little crazy when people are like, to be honest, because my feeling is, why would you be lying? But also, whatever. I'm going to go Meticulous Archive. It's more important to me to have blue, but there's a Yavimaya Coast. That's good. So I'm going to cast this Scythecat Cub because the important thing to counter is Lumra, and Aven Mind Sensor, can be used at end step against the deck that doesn't, to my knowledge, do a ton at instant speed. Cub. Birds love birds. Birds love cats. Cats love birds. Cubs love birds. Scythe, cat. Crystal Vein. No, a really good land for them. Speaker. Yeah. I was just thinking, I wish I had Mind Sensor up, but it wouldn't be online anyway. This thing having 4 toughness is, what do they discard? Oh, right. Land, because it comes back. Ice Till Explorer. I will have to counter it. I will not have a choice. It will be the law. And this should be a Tundra, I believe. Yes. Although I guess we could tempo Sink into Stupor the Ice Till. I don't know. I don't know what's right. I don't know what's wrong. All I know is magic is where I belong. That was so dumb. Tech Edge. I am going to hard counter this because I think it's better to Sink into Stupor Lumra than it is that Ice Till. They get in for 2. I could also just Enlighten Tutor for a Shadow Spear, but I think that's worse than getting Saga here. Yeah, we'll get Saga and we'll just hold up, Sink into Stupor and Mind Sensor. Seems like a perfectly reasonable play to me. We will put them at 10, because if they want to cast Lumra, they have to crack that Crystal Vein. And without Lumra, it doesn't come back right away. They could also just be Earthbending. They can Tech Edge my Urza Saga, which actually might be fine as like a bait spell. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I am okay with that. I have a way faster clock right now. Okay, they are Earthbending. Oh, Glacial Chasm. That's pretty annoying. Okay, and they just sack the Chasm. Well, the nice thing about Choco, I guess, is I still get cards for attacking, even if I can't deal them damage. Love to find Beseju, like, right here. Spell Snare's not really good. Okay. Making constructs, like, doesn't matter as long as this is around. I can't let them just rip Lumra and kill me. Do I have to just pass? I think I have to just pass. Do I ever win this game if I do nothing? They don't have an amulet yet. Yeah, I don't think I ever win by playing Draw Go when my only interaction is like a not great bounce spell. Yeah, I don't think I ever win this game in that scenario. I'll take the Mutable Explorer. It's a card. Not a useful one, but it is a card. I think our only real like saving grace here, so to speak, is they don't have a thing to start sacking all their lands yet. They don't have a thing to start sacking all their lands or an amulet effect. Okay, they sack the Glacial Chasm. Can you cast Lumra? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably is what that means. Yeah, they have to have a land in hand. They're lands. They can't, like, Bossing, say, and Lumra, though. Oh, it's a tapped land. Oh, right, the speaker. Ah, dang it. All right, so we are getting lummied. Crud. And this thing has reach, too. I don't have anything that says, like, damage can't be prevented. Turn Scolding's really not it. I don't have a Skull Clamp. Lava Spur Boots can ward something up, I guess. I'm just going to tap this for mana. I'll take the Shadow Spear, I guess. Cast Pippin so that I can attack next turn. I probably want to hold up Stern Scolding for, like, a frickin' Lotus Cobra or Tiller Engine or something. I'll also hold up Spell Snare. Okay, declare attackers. Really just looking for basically Beseju. They do have a Rogue's Passage, and this is a 6. It's only a 6. Right, that's right. I just said that that thing has reach, and now they can search their library. Oh my goodness. Let's see what you're working with. A lot of good stuff. Right, we knew about the Ice Till. Sylvan Library, we can Spell Snare. Dust Bowl will kill us. Oh, Stern Scolding hits the Ice Still. I think we're like kind of fine if this is their hand. Because we can Stern Scolding the Ice Till and Spell Snare the Sylvan Library. Then Nissa is a huge problem, but we can maybe handle that. I'll get a Plains here. And I think I just want no, let's gas up Choco a little bit. No, I forgot the thing I said about the counters. Whatever. It does they don't have a search effect, thankfully, but it was silly to attack with the mind sensor of all creatures. Glacial Chasm is just such a kicking when you can't deal with it. I should have gotten Basic Island. I forgot about the Tech Edge and the Dust Bowl. Man, played this game poorly so far. What else is new, am I right? Oh. Okay, they're ramping up some mana here. Play Lazatep. That sacks Lumra. That's bad. So Nissa resolving is a disaster. Lazatep Quarry was a great draw. They're gonna make it an Ice Till. Ice Till was in the graveyard. I already countered that card. Yeah, I have no response, sadly. Stiflebird would have been sick there. I can't even yield through the turn because I have these counter spells. Stupid counter spells! I should probably keep track of what's in there. Sylvan Library, I really don't want to bust, like at all. Okay, that's one problem temporarily solved. Oh, the reason I thought Ice Till is in their hand because it's just in this reveal. Okay, I hate this right now. I don't really want to go low on life because they sack the Glacial Chasm and just Rogue's Passage us. We can't deal damage to them. Need to draw cards. Subtlety might actually be cool later on. It's funny. I mean, they don't actually technically have to block, but I guess this is right to tap down the Pippin. And I think, am I more interested in hard casting the Subtlety? Probably. Yeah, because I have Subtlety and Stern Scolding. This is fine. I could have just gained a bunch of life. You goose. Yeah, if I put the Shadow Spear on Choco, he still deals damage to Lumra. They're at 3. So this is where we Subtlety. Because now for like a Lumra loop, they have to mill Nissa down. Their hand is Dust Bowl and 2 unknowns, I'm pretty sure. I've not been tracking it that well. They bring back the Lazatep Quarry. Makes sense to me. Yeah, we had to Subtlety Nissa because otherwise they just get to do the full Lumra thing. Although they don't have a way to sack all their lands yet. Glacial Chasm is such a kicking when your win condition is attacking for lethal. They are earthbending. You're allowed. Oh, that's so clever. I hate it. Oh, I hate it so much. Poop on a donkey. What did I even just say? Oh, that's so sick. Mutable Explorer, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't think you're getting cast, buddy. Yeah, you're not. I don't have 2 green sources. I missed all that life last turn on their silly block. Although I guess because I didn't equip it, the block isn't that silly. I will take that. I wish I had something to tap this. Tap that on the floor. I guess now I can cast the Mutable Explorer because quick reflexes. Okay, they are blocking. Can I punish them for this? Oh, what we can do too that's sick, thanks to Ambrosia Whiteheart, is pick up this Subtlety and pitch this Stern Scolding that doesn't matter. Man, 3 spells are really good. All right, we're back to 14. So we're not in imminent danger of death to Lumra. Okay, they sacked the Formidable Speaker so that they can Lazatep Quarry. Bossing Say triggers, Glacial Chasm comes back. I can't punish them for it. They sack their forest. They can't attack as long as this is on the back. I could endurance them in response to this quarry. Is that even good? Is that even good? Someone tell me, is that good? I feel like it's not. I wish I could give their stuff protection from the chosen thing. No, you don't get to Rogue's Passage. Protection from lands. But yeah, things are happening. They are tech edging my Yavimaios. I will tap it for green in response. Now they Ice Till. They tech edge again. So I guess they'll tech edge me again, but we have 2 free spells. Well, now I only have 3, so you have to Dust Bowl me. Ha! Joke's on you. I need them to sack this Glacial Chasm and then get to tuck their library while it's in there. Flash in or White Heart. I would like to use the ability, and I would like to pick up this Subtlety, please. They're tapping all of their mana. I hate that. Quarrying the Speaker. Without Glacial Chasm in their graveyard, I don't think it's a good idea to endurance them. Wonder what they're tooting for. They discarded Dust Bowl. For what do you toot? Emrakul. Oh no. Draw a Stifle? Well, maybe I should have endurance them. I forgot that that was a thing they do. I need to hit, exactly Beseiju. Could kill their Explorer with the reflexes, and then pitch this guy to endurance. I need to draw cards, I know that. I think the only thing I have to deal with that land as a Boseiju, unfortunately. I also kind of just like need to dump my hand before Emrakul. I don't have a green source. I need to draw a Stifle too. I think we're dead. Neither of those are it. Unfortunate. I think we're cooked. Dang it. Do I care if this bird dies? I guess I do. They figured out that I don't gain life if they don't block. All right, so let's endurance them. Let's try to make their life a little bit harder. Pass subtlety because I'm not putting Emrakul back on top of their library. They're deciding whether or not to pay for Glacial Chasm. I don't think you do. You get my next turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they don't. They can't cast Emrakul anymore. Oh, so sick. That endurance was awesome. I didn't even think it through. I should not have dumped my hand out this way. They are at 1. They milled over a Vesuva. They can play that from the graveyard. That's right. Emrakul costs 1 million. They can make constructs. I don't think that matters. This does get Amulet, though. I think this is kind of the last turn of the game, maybe. I don't know. Hard to decipher. Utopia Sprawl's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Emrakul costs 12 right now. Opponent, we find ourselves in a very interesting game. They're doing math for some reason. I don't like that. It seems like they're doing math anyway. They're a little in the tank, but that's okay. They're allowed to be. What an excellent game of Magic so far. I wonder how this game looks if I never hunt off my Aven Mind Sensor. I wonder if that would have had significant effect on anything. They still have Nissa at the very least. Archdruid's Charm. Unfortunate. So they get a land to the battlefield or a creature to their hand. I guess they can get like a copy land as a Glacial Chasm and reset thing. No, because they have Vesuva right here. Lotus Field, that one makes sense. Makes quite a bit of sense. It at least enters tapped. That is now 2 card types in the graveyard. All right, we're not getting Emrakul this turn. Wait, what? Oh, okay. They put the enchantment in the graveyard too. So I think we do get Emrakul next. We get Emrakul right now? Oh, we might just be getting Emrakul right now. Yeah, I think we're getting Emrakul. Crud. Yeah. All right, well, really well navigated. Like, they took their time. They did the thing. They can attack and just put both cards into my graveyard. Emrakul is nasty. They can play my land, cast my Mutable Explorer, use the Mana Leak or Stern Scolding on it, attack, kill 3 of my creatures, put both the Choco trigger cards into the graveyard. Why are you equipping the Shadow Spear at all? Oh yeah, put it on the smallest creature. Yeah, you don't care. Spell Pierce, whatever. Just throw it in the graveyard. Without Pippin, I don't think I can ever get through on combat damage now. Why are you giving him protection from anything? The Pippin die. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think this game is winnable. I think I'm going to try, though. Why not? Oh, they just have the Rogue's Passage still, don't they? All right. Equip the Shadow Spear to the Subtlety and pass the turn. Oh, we're at 12. They can exactly Rogue's Passage Emrakul? Yeah. All right, we're dead. Yield through the turn. Okay. Yeah, they found the line. Really good game of Magic. That was game 1, right? They're at under 10 minutes on clock. I'm under 13. Yeah, that was game 1. Holy cow. Lots of thinking, lots of choices, singing in some different voices. All right, now we're on the play. Everything gets a little easier. I'm going to lead on Birds of Paradise. I'm keeping this hand. I'm going to lead on Birds of Paradise rather than Mother of Runes. And this has to be a tropical island. I would love to turn on this Force of Negation for maybe something. Could have maybe done better with this hand, actually. This was maybe pretty hasty, but I like the Witch Enchanter for an Amulet or Spelunking or whatever. I'm going to play a tap Temple Garden, cast Mother of Runes, and Sego. I don't think this Utopia Sprawl is where I point the Witch Enchanter. That's bad for me. I'll try to bait them with this Aganjo. Ledger Shredder pitches 2 Force of Negation. I think I just want my card advantage engine online. So, like, it's just cast Choco here. They're doing a bunch of scary stuff, but I think this is just where I have to be. Because that last game, they only won because of the Glacial Chasm. Which, sure, Glacial Chasm is a heck of a card. But they were also at 1 and had to tutor up an Emrakul. I feel like that game was insanely close. I also had a lot more counter magic. Oh my gosh, is this Lumra already? I've blown up the Utopia Sprawl? I don't think so. But this is Lumra already. Gosh, that was fast. Their third turn. Yeah, it's their 3rd turn and we're getting a Lumra already. Holy crud. They've given me nothing to force. Lame. Heal to all. Lumra's already big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, talk about Rograk having been an oppressive deck. I think this one is brutal. Really do. But I could have mulliganed for just a better hand. Okay. So how do we do this? Is Oko even good? Not really. This card. It's good to pitch to frickin' Force of Negation, I tell you that. Cast a Shredder. I'm just gonna play this land out. And I will pay 3 life to have it enter untapped. Choco trigger. Combat. Declare attackers. Back with our 2-bird. Put Safekeeper into our hand. Put Saga onto the battlefield. Go to blocks. Make you pro green. I feel like killing Lumra for them is a bad idea. Right? I feel like it's not smart. Yeah, I don't think it's smart. Like, what do you do against a deck with just this much mana? Obviously, removing the Tireless Provisioner would have been ideal, but that's not the world we're living in. This Lotus Cobra, but the mana sticks around. Gingerbread Cabin, Formidable Speaker. Can't do anything about him. Am I just getting Emrakul again? God, that would be annoying. Who gave this deck Formidable Speaker? They're getting Tiller Engine, and I can't Force of Negation that, which is heckin' annoying. Don't play Wraths. Oh my god, so cooked. Oh, they just had it already? You frickin' kidding me? Pitch the Force of Negation. Dump Safekeeper to Endurance your graveyard. They get to attack for a bunch. Probably just blocking here. Thing dies anyway. Might as well save the damage. This sucks. They get to attack and Aganja my own creature. The frickin' Boseiju shows up on the deck. They can Boseiju my Urza Saga and fail to find. Are you... What an absolute kicking. They can Savine's back nothing. Like, of course, the turn where maybe I have a reasonably good turn. We got Emrakul. It happens. It does. I just hate it. They drew the Savines. They dumped the Eladamri's Call. They should have probably attacked with my Mutavault as well. I don't think any of this matters whatsoever. Oh, right, this is only an opponent controls. Oh, they just give themselves a land. That's funny. Okay, I feel a little less bad because they can't, Boseiju my Saga, but I don't get to make a construct. Yeah, they could have just ripped my Aganja, but it really doesn't matter. Savine's on Endurance, shuffle my graveyard. That's kind of sick. Reverent Mantra just doesn't matter. This Urza Saga gets us nothing useful. Make a construct. Get a Shadow Spear. They just get another Eldrazi if they want it. Brutal game. Play the Aganjo. Equip Shadow Spear to Endurance. And say go. That first game was seriously, sick and awesome. This game has just felt absolutely terrible from top to bottom. This has felt heinously. They get Talon Gates here too. I think I'm dead. Just, you talk about having all of it. I really do try not to salt off like this, but this felt awful. Absolute kicking. And we get clapped for Exactsies. Oh well, GG. Down to number 5 on the draw against Elminster. With a hand I don't think I really like against them. They just have so much removal and so many Wraths. I'm going to mulligan. Want more early threats. Voice of Victory is so good, I'll keep this. And I think we just put back Enlightened Tutor. I'm trying not to dwell too much on that last match. I think the first game was actually very winnable if I don't just punt off the Aven Mind Sensor. Just completely lost focus on that. Not important. They ponder. Ponder did not shuffle, and that makes me sad. I don't want that many lands. I want things to do. They go Polluted Delta pass. We play Breeding Pool untapped and try to resolve this Voice of Victory. They fetch and Reprieve. Okay, I mean, I'm just gonna rip it again next turn. I like Voice of Victory better than I like Mutable Explorer or Oko. And if things work out, which I don't think they will, but if they work out, we get to make Voice of Victory a bird. Fairy. Proud. And they plus, as they should. The fairy can't bounce. Oh, you want to have this battle? We'll have this battle. The fairy cannot bounce a plane. Do you have Force of Negation? If you do, I will cry and scoop. Stefanino Pepino. I also have this card. And I am going to minus on nothing and draw a card. So there. Swords is whatever. Now they minus to draw a card. Makes sense. I do get absolutely buried by Elminster, though. Snapcaster Mage or Ponder. They're also looking for a way to deal with Teferi. Makes quite a bit of sense. This card is very good. Ponder shuffled this time. Love to see that. Aven Interrupter cannot be played at flash speed. We'll pay 3 life here. I think I actually want to go Swords on their Snapcaster. Plus Teferi. Cast Mutable Explorer? Why would I do that? I have Voice of Victory. Voice of Victory and pass. I should have just cast Choco. This was so silly. I want to make Voice of Victory a bird. Temple of the False God. So now they just have billions of mana. Elminster buries us. This thing has so much loyalty, and it's a +2. Crazy. All right, we'll at least get to kill their Teferi, I think. Yeah, they can't cast spells at instant speed. That was really funny, actually, drawing Teferi right after I thought I was dead to Teferi. plus our Teferi, kill your Teferi, and then hold up 2 counterspells. Last I checked, Elminster is also an Emrakul deck, which feels so bad, but it's fine. I have 3 counterspells. One of them's a bird. Do I want to put Choco into play because of the Force of Negation? I think so. I think that makes sense. Oh, I already clicked to end step. Why am I like this? It's fine. We still have the Aven Interrupter. So we get to plot like their spell, and then when they try to recast it, Force of Negation it. I think they might actually play 0 creatures. Or it's like Subtlety and Snapcast. Right, we already saw Snapcast. So it's like Subtlety and Snapcaster. Probably a Solitude as well. But I don't think they're playing things like Aven Interrupter. They might be playing Blue-White Ang. Miscalc. Yeah, that's no good to you. Draw a card, scry 2. You got it. This No More Lies is worthless also. So I really should have cast Choco. I don't think I need to counter their Memory Deluge. Like I can just counter the payoff. They have 9 cards in hand. The question for me here is, we have Teferi go. Do I actually want to just start attacking down their Elminster? I think I kind of do, because the Fairy Dragons are actually pretty good. And now I definitely do want to get the engine online. And by the engine, I mean Choco. I think I am just going to attack Elminster. I normally hate doing this and just try to pressure their life total, but in this situation specifically, I think it's fine to do. Gitaxian Probe's kind of tight here. So like we get to attack Elminster down to 4. They have 7 cards, but none of their instants work. We can check their hand in their draw step, thanks to the Fairy. Why is this not letting me set a stop here? Okay. Set a stop in your draw phase, go to end step. Sacrifice our tokens. Myriad Landscape, sure. I wouldn't stifle that even if I could. I say that, and then I remember how much I love Stone Rains. Let's probe you in your draw step here. They do have Emrakul. Boy, am I sick of that card after last game. Oh, Supreme Verdict? Come on. How close are they to Emrakul? They can't be that far off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They need 5 types. They have instant Planeswalker land. So they're not there yet. But this is a brutal Supreme Verdict. And this is why you pressure their life total and not their stupid Elminster. Yeah, Choco can go back to command zone. Need to find a stifle for that Emrakul too. I think we minus on nothing and draw a card. Chocobo's kind of cool, actually. I don't hate that for us. Would obviously just love to have a bigger threat, but this isn't nothing. Subtlety will be good sometime. But for now, we just hold up our 2 counterspells. Doesn't seem good to sit here and do nothing. Actually, it's fine. This is the matchup where you can sit here and do. This league has been so long. My goodness. I don't have a Get Lost, or, I mean, I couldn't Prismatic in that. I don't have good ways to deal with Planeswalkers outside of countermat. I also think if they just make Fairy Dragons, I probably am dead by now. But that's not really how the deck wants to play, so I do understand. Mana Leak's not what we're looking for. But we do have 2 free counter spells, so I think we just go back to drawing cards, put Choco into play. My brain is cooked. My brain is cooked. That's right, he costs $1 million now. Choco. So we'll draw the Mana Leak. Maybe not. They're fetching. Mystic Sanctuary to draw what? Draw their Supreme Verdict. What a stinker. Gotta do it face up like that. God, that card not being able to be countered is attack your life points directly. I don't think I can win this game with Emrakul like lurking on the horizon. I just didn't even draw them. Like I just literally just gave away a card for absolutely nothing because I'm sitting here being salty and lamenting how much I hate Emrakul right now. Ice Still is really good though. Ice Still is like maybe our best creature. If they would have just made fairies, they could have very easily killed Teferi by now and just like never be able to lose this game. Yeah, you got it. I can't counter that spell, and you know that, because it says it on the card. God, this is so rough right now. I think we're fine in general, just because of Teferi, but again, Emrakul lurking. They just keep ripping apart our card draw engine. So let's go green, 1, 2. Cast our Ice Till. Get back Scalding Tarn, mill a card. Always heal. Show me my graveyard. Mill a starting town. I don't want to do this. Yeah, let's just go full mill value, I guess. We're so close to dead. They're just buying time for Emrakul. Stupid Emrakul. Surveil. Keep putting cards in the graveyard. Wash away, whatever. Prismatic Vista, go to the graveyard. Are they a Harbinger of the Seas deck? Probably not. We're going to 9. I don't care anymore. So if they Emrakul now, they can delete the Teferi, which is so freaking annoying. I should have done nothing with Teferi. That was the actual, hey, I'm not an idiot play. but I am an idiot. We all know it. It's fine. Say go. This feels like a very bad matchup as well. Honestly, this feels like a worse matchup than Lumra does. Just like mid-range versus control, you don't stand great chance. They are at Emrakul. We'll no moralize it, but they can delete our Teferi, pay a bunch of life. Yeah, you got it. I don't have a stifle for him. I wish I did. I wouldn't be as dead. Oh my god, they just had 3 mana? Or you can cast him again on your next turn. I don't even care. Yeah, put him on top. Do it again. Hate this game. I can never win this. Why didn't that work? He can't be countered? What is this? Protection from instant? What? I don't even know what's happening anymore. Nor do I care. Alright, I'm done. I'm not gonna just like sit here and dick around. We'll just go to the next game. I should have really left this 5th and final match till tomorrow. I think this is a match where Elminster stinks. I need an early threat. That is my best early threat, and I don't have a green source. I hate this game. I hate this game. I'm gonna keep the hand anyway. Did I just click through my whole turn? Oh, I'm so tired. No. I'm too tired for this. Why did I do that? Sad. All right, we'll finish out the league. It's fine. I was just thinking, like, at this point, it's probably better to just concede and save my brain and ego, but they preordain. All right, I'm just done playing. It's fine. GG's.
Okay, so that was a 3-2 finish with Choco, Seeker of Paradise. It is now the next morning. After that last match, my head was just killing me and, basically gave up in it. But I think that's fine from time to time, like staring at the computer through a long league. Sometimes it's just a lot. This deck is never going to be a tier 1 deck. It's just the command zone is a little too slow, a little too weak. We saw the landfall be a lot stronger than the birds, but I do think there's a lot of good synergy in this deck. I, in hindsight, would go back to a more fast mana, mana dork kind of build. Maybe just more of a green deck, less of a blue deck. Regardless, this is my favorite deck. It's my favorite deck to play. I'll never stop tuning and refining it and trying to just make it as strong as it can be for whatever meta it is in. So round 1 against 5-color Terra, Endurance got us through that entire matchup. Round 2 against Basim felt a little weird, but we were able to just go over the top. I think their draws were pretty bad, but then we saw Elminster be an all-star per usual. Round 3 against Asmo, I think is just kind of a good matchup. Having played Asmo recently, I think it is a better strategy for that deck to just power out Asmo. You don't really have the longevity for a grindier game. Round 4 against Lumra, I definitely could have won that first game. Punting off the Aven Mind Sensor after saying, like, oh, Lumra has reach. I could have just waited a turn to keep drawing cards, and then dumping my hand with the Emrakul, not realizing that once I Endurance their graveyard, they would have to work around it. They did navigate the end of that game beautifully. And then the second game, I just was feeling a little dejected and got absolutely crushed and run over. I could have mulliganed for a better hand and played tighter. Match 5 is just absolutely cooked, not really thinking, just kind of clicking buttons and seeing where it went. And that's okay too. We could have put up a better result, but the birds and the lands, there's something. Again, it's never going to be one of the best decks, but I love it. So if you made it through to this outro, thank you so much for sticking with me. And I hope you enjoyed seeing me cast birds and scream birds. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for dueling with me.